Today we are going to focus on Generation Z, the FOMO Sapiens. What do we mean by this? Generation Z, or Gen Z, has been defined as the generation of people born between the mid to late 1990s and early 2000s, or 2010s, depending on the definitions. Their distinctive characteristic is having lived with the internet since they were born, which influences their relationship with technology, the internet and social media. So are Gen Zers FOMO Sapiens? Gen Zers have always lived with social media, continuous connectivity and communication, and on-demand entertainment which influences how they use the internet. According to the results of a survey from the Pew Research Centre in 2018, 45% of the teens inquired reported to be online almost constantly and 44% several times a day. YouTube was the most used app, followed by Instagram and Snapchat. This demonstrates a need of being always connected and feelings of belongingness, which is related to a need for acceptance and validation. This need, the constant use of social media, along with the way social media works and are constructed to foster constant engagement, may contribute to FOMO. Indeed, the internet is never-ending, social media updates are never-ending, and social media technology and advertising use these features to foster FOMO in consumers. There is such a diversity of products that consumers experience anxiety when making their choices. The freedom of choice then becomes a burden. Therefore, we must remember that online social media, we must be hanging out with our friends, but we are always being treated as potential consumers. But the development of FOMO is also related to the fact that it is actually socially valued, never missing out on something. So think of the saying, we regret the things we don't do more than the things we do. A variation is often attributed to Mark Twain, which is not so. Indeed, in 2011, Herman defined FOMO as an emotional reaction resulting from the attitude of having options open to us in high regard. So through these cultural and technological influences and social pressure, we are all driven to FOMO. However, Gen Zers' frequent use of social media makes them more vulnerable to it. As we have previously discussed, FOMO negatively impacts psychological and physical well-being, and the constant use of social media increases the risk and vulnerability of Gen Zers. Social media fuels FOMO, and FOMO fuels an unhealthy use of social media, which may then lead to increased anxiety, depression symptoms, isolation, reduced motivation. All these factors make Gen Zers susceptible to FOMO. Advertising companies explore this and use FOMO as a marketing strategy. Try to protect yourself from it and try the joy of missing out. Exploring these concepts may help you to cope better with your use of social media and with FOMO. We hope this video has helped with that. Well done. Now you can continue your learning path on tackling FOMO.